welcome into some more SimWorld prep action, ladies and gentlemen. We are partying hard down here at the Palm Center in Miami ahead of the commencement of the first ever AlienStar showcase. For those of you who don't know, I'm JK47. I'm here with my main man, Maestro. Maestro, we got a great one on tap today, but I think the starting point is Lone Star Basketball Club head coach Brooke Simpson, one of the hosts of this showcase, has faced some recruiting roadblocks in recent days. What will this showcase do to kind of exude some confidence back in the Lone Star head coach?
I'm hoping it's going to boost up short sales here down in Miami. I'm sorry, no, basketball. I think what it's going to do, my man JK, is give him an opportunity to show that regardless of what might be happening on the recruiting trail, on the scouting trail, whichever trail you want to be on, right? It's going to show that he's able to put together a team with a system that can work together, because that's always going to be the key given the history of what he has dealt with before.
Fadeaway, shot clock expiring. Shot won't go. Going the other way is the South squad, coached by Simpson. That's a long triple, contested, and it's good. KJ Hills hits that triple. 5-2 lead for Southeast. But we're going to give you your starting lineups real quick. For the South, for Coach Simpson's squad, we got Caleb Walker at the 1, Emilio Torres, Shane Jackson, and then Kadarius Momokoku and Terrell Coleman down low. Then for the Southeast, we got Jay Midoriya, Jeremiah Scott, Xavier Hart, then KJ Hills and Tony Henderson playing the 4 and 5. Is there anyone in these starting lineups that you're excited to watch, Maestro?
Okay, so I'm going to try something new today, so just hang on to your underwear for 3 seconds for me. I love Kadarius. I love Kadarius Momokoku. I love the way he plays. I'm gonna try not to give him too much of my attention today, because I kind of want to see what Emilio Torres is going to give us. And on the other side, in Southeast and Wood squad, you know what? I'm really interested to see what KJ Hills is going to give us. And I say that because some people are quasi-known factors from what we've seen from before. I kind of want to see the people that we haven't seen a lot of and what they're able to do here today.
Rejected right there. Terrell Coleman gets up for that rejection. Southeast will stick with the ball here with 5:39 in this first quarter. Personally, Maestro, I could not be more excited to watch a guy like Emilio Torres. Emilio Torres and Terrell Coleman both announced that they're headed to play for Showtime basketball next season, and I think that is a team that you got to watch for in that NEO region.
Absolutely. And JK, we've said this a lot, right? Yes, we could talk about teams, we could talk about potential records, exciting games. All that stuff is absolutely wonderful. Our first goal, what we need to remember here, is how can we help and enjoy watching these young athletes develop for their next level? Because we all know that they're works in progress. So, we just have to be aware of that and understand our role in helping them do that. And that, to me, that's the exciting part of the journey. I think all things being given equal, having coached on every level except high school, I think that's probably one thing that I would enjoy most, just where I'm at my stage of awareness in the game, is watching players at this age grow into their game.
And that's another triple right there. Caleb Walker absolutely lighting this place up from deep, Maestro.
Love it. He's definitely got that shot. And you know what? His ability to not be afraid to step away from the three. Great pass underneath there. Jeremiah Scott finishing off. I believe that pass came from Jay Midoriya, if I'm not mistaken. I'm careful to have spotters to watch us on that. But the fact that he's able and willing to step away from the center part of gravity in a play when everybody crunches in the middle shows you that his willingness to use space is right on point.
Ooh. And one. KJ Hills going to the line right there. Kadarius Momokoku called for that foul right there. Quick lead for Southeast. Going to the line right now is KJ Hills. KJ Hills has kind of shown out early in this game, but I've really been impressed by Jeremiah Scott for Team Southeast.
Yes. Great floor awareness, able to get his team where they need to be, not being afraid to be the general they need on the floor. And I'll tell you something else. I will say this: at this level, if a player develops nothing else, because we all know they can score, right, JK? We all know everybody can score. Everybody can put the ball in the basket or the biscuit in the bucket or whatever the thing goes and wherever it goes. Show me that you can learn to pass. Show me that you can learn to use open floors. Show me that you can develop that other skills that makes the floor bigger for you. Great shot in the mid-range there by Kadarius Mimofoko. But show me that you can use all of the floor, not just the floor in which you're standing, to make something happen for your team. And you're gonna, and I will show you a player who's going to develop with no ceiling.
KJ Hill's on the inside, trying to go there. Gets the foul call on Terrell Coleman right there. Going back to the line is KJ Hills for his second and third free throw attempts in this game, as Southeast hopes to extend their lead in this first ever AlienStar showcase. I think another intriguing storyline is AT Aliens head coach Marcus Wood, the other head coach in this game, losing a lot of crucial pieces of his ATL team from last season, with Bevins and Patches, Royce Anderson, and Timothy Brown all headed off to SimWorld U. Maestro, what do you think that Coach Wood needs to do to replace his departed talent?
I think he has a system in place. I know 2 seasons ago there were a lot of questions, and of course there's always expectations with him, with what he brings to the table, right? So I think in the case of, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, so just take it where it's coming from. This is a case where I think a coach needs to trust his system. I think he has a good system. I think he has a good plan of strategy in place in order to train and get players to get better. He needs to trust his system and let it work for the kids that are in front of him, as he does all those other things you need to see happen.
Beautiful slash right there from Jeremiah Scott to get that flush to go. 17-12 in favor of the Southeast. However, I think some interesting food for thought in this game, Maestro, is that Koya Monroe not playing in this game as hard as Mr. Basketball. What do you make of that?
Well, maybe a part of him doesn't feel like he needs to play. I mean, I hate to say it that way at this particular level. We're in a game, JK, that I'm just going to be quite frank about it, and I don't mind being honest. I don't mind sharing this, that we're at a game that I'm a little unfamiliar with, and I'm tell you what I mean when I say that. I'm used to cats looking for every opportunity to showcase, no pun intended, themselves and what they're able to do. For anybody able to watch and to show that they can learn and play and succeed in any system. Great three from way downtown there by Caleb Walker.
Great triple from Caleb Walker. That's his third.
Exactly. So the idea of, if I know that I have a spot waiting for me, or if I feel I shouldn't say no. If I feel I have a spot waiting for me, or if I feel I have something coming for me and I don't have to do anything extra, I might choose not to. I guess in today's game, I'm just going to wait and focus it for when I'm doing sarcastic quotes here. I know we're not on camera, but when it starts to count, and that is when the season goes. And again, I don't know the rationale. I don't know the reason. I'm definitely not going to speak to something I don't know. But that's kind of what I think. That's a great pass right there. That is what you want to see all the time coming from up top, and a great slash to the bucket. That is great basketball.
That is how basketball is meant to be played. I actually do have some rationale behind why Koya Monroe isn't there. I disagree with your sentiment. I think if you have any chance to prove yourself and get better, you take it. This is SimWorld Prep. We all want to belong. What a rejection right there by Tony Henderson. Even up.
It's so funny you would say that way, because that is my sentiment. I do believe you should play at any given time, but that's not what we're seeing today, JK. That's not what we're seeing today with kids picking and choosing, winning where they go and winning where they play. It's just, listen, that's where their heads are right now. I'm not saying I agree with it, but prove me wrong,
And that's out of bounds. That's South ball right now with 39.2 left in this first quarter. 1-point game in favor of the Southeast. Coach Wood has really gotten the most out of Jeremiah Scott and KJ Hills in this first quarter. Tony Henderson is one of the headliners going to Philadelphia Elite next season, but has been a little quiet in this first quarter.
I love the defense that's traveling. I love the fact that players are not afraid of contesting shots. Players not afraid of getting in there. I'm telling you, defense is the part of the game that no matter where you're playing, on your home floor, the opponent's floor, in the bathroom, in the back of McDonald's, wherever you're getting your ball on, defense will always be there and work for you.
Well said, Maestro. It's nice to see. We even saw it in the King of the Court showcase, the Beast Coast Elite showcase. Every single showcase has had a really strong display of defense. Caleb Walker pull-up jumper doesn't get it. Shot clock is off. Chance for Team South to take the lead. Alley-oop! Can't get the layup. Oh, and a turnover. And we are at the end of the first quarter. Team Southeast leads 17-16. For some more SimWorld Prep Showcase action, we're going to step away. Don't go anywhere.
Playing jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Så ska vi sätta en till.
Ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open. Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey! Open door!
Play on the floor.
Get on the floor! Open the door!
Wrong voice command. Error.
Hey there, with a rock? Open door. Open door.
Higher volume. Higher.
Welcome back. We're here in the second quarter of the AlienStar Showcase here in Miami, Florida. We're in yacht country, Maestro. I know you're a partier, so don't go too wild today. But the real party's on the court right now, I would say.
I'm just saying. Just, as long as the cameras are not working, we're going to be okay.
Miami is notorious for being a spicy city. I got some spicy insight for the viewers at home. I got to speak to Marcus Wood when they were selected the rosters for this showcase, and they said that they didn't feel that Koya Monroe had the heart of any of the other 10 players on the floor right now.
That is a hard go. That is a hard go. And you know something? And I'm just going to say this. If that's the kind of work that follows you, and I believe that, even though they're signed, with the yacht club, if that's the kind of work that starts following you off the court, it's hard to shake that. And, I just tell you, that's just hot and spicy with like a little extra Louisiana hot sauce on the Miami Beach right there, baby.
Three right there from Xavier Hart. Great three-point showing today in this game so far. South going the other way. Draws the contact. Xavier Hart just made that three, called for the foul. Team South going to the line with a chance to tie is Shane Jackson.
And Jackson was really smart with that move to the paint. What he did was he kept Hart right on his hip, and in doing so, what he does is he's in control. Now, in that particular situation, a coach would probably sit Hart down and say, here's what you do. Don't stay with him at that point. Don't follow him. You meet him at the point. So you step back and move to position yourself at leverage between him and the basket, and you can make that sort of D, and that, it's just you can make that sort of defensive play. That's going to be the kind of thing that as his IQ grows and he recognizes, I'm already beat, I need to get out of this, get myself in position to be waiting for him at the spot, because he's going to the rim. He's not going to the ice cream shop. He's not going to buy a hot dog. He's not going to buy a burrito or a taco. He's going to the ring. So meet him there and execute violence at that particular point. And once he starts playing that game, Kevin Hart's going to be something dangerous defensively inside on another level.
We are in Miami. They do have a great display of Latin food here. Another triple right there. KJ Hills has really shown his 3-level scoring prowess.
You never lied about the food. Now, you know, and I forgot to put on deodorant, so I'm smelling all them tacos and burritos right now, so just kind of hold your head over there, my buddy.
Yeah, I don't think my toilet at the hotel is really going to enjoy the food I'm going to be eating later.
I got somebody else's room. I'm just saying.
Get out of my room if you're doing that. And that's a timeout for Team Southeast. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left in this second quarter. And we're here. We know you're here on YouTube. I can't believe you're here. You're not gonna like, subscribe, smash that little bell, join our Discord. We have so much great content for you to offer, and we don't want any of you to miss out on that.
Absolutely not.
Show us some love. Help other people find us.
Get in there. There's plenty of room. Plenty of room. It's like
Deadline to join is August 30th. Gotta join by then. But if you do not like and subscribe, I will be sending the Blaze Man after you.
And you don't want that. You have nothing in your fridge, and all your phone numbers be erased from your phone. So just understand that.
Shout out Rick Blaze though. Great friend of the show.
Even though I gotta say, Blaze and Lava called a great All-Star game in Vegas. I didn't get a text. I didn't get a yo, Mike, still thinking of you, saved you a spot. You know, I still feel, at the next corporate meeting, I'm gonna have to kind of corner him there in the restroom and see what's up with that, because I still feel some kind of way about that. I ain't gonna lie.
Our great production team did not put me in the booth for that game, and I was a little bit salty, but Rick Blaze did a great job. So.
Yes, they did. I didn't want to be on the call. I wanted to be in Vegas, baby. Come on.
Sin City, you want to commit some sins, my friend.
There you go. That's the whole point.
Sin City.
What happens
Sin
in
City,
Vegas
you gotta
stays
be
on
deadly.
probation. What happens in Vegas stays on probation, baby.
No! And the slam right there, Xavier Hart.
What a first step. And that's what I mean, that athleticism that he has. You saw the violence of his first step going to the back pocket of your defender. That is textbook, how you teach it, how you draw it up. And with his length and his speed, he's impossible to stop.
That's the fourth three-pointer of this showcase for Caleb Walker. Showtime Basketball is getting a real big threat. Inside is Tony Henderson. Kicks that back to Hart. Hart on the inside, tries to get fancy, can't get it to go though. Shane Jackson taking it the other way. Finds Torres for three. Can't get it.
Not quite. So what was different about those two plays? The first drive, what did Hart do? Stepped into the back pocket, went right to the rim, chose violence. This particular time, he stepped with his defender, which is something he never has to do, by the way. And instead with his defender, when he got to the rim, he didn't choose violence. He tried to get a little cute, and unfortunately, that's when you don't get the bucket. So if he can just A-B those two shots, he has enough to see what works and what doesn't work, and he's smart enough. Well, I believe he can build on that and make that better.
Shane Jackson trying to get fancy on the handles right there, but Xavier Hart playing some stout defense. And we're gonna get a jump ball. 4.6 left on the shot clock.
And who's right there? Tony Henderson. What did he do? He saw the ball being in disarray. He just stepped in. He didn't go in with his body. He reached in with his arms right at the key spot to make contact with the ball. Once he felt the ball, he then squeezed his grip. That's classic takeaway basketball. Very good IQ play there by Tony Henderson. Well done.
Going back to Team South. Right there. Caleb Walker on the inside. Drives and extends the lead to 4 for Coach Simpson's squad.
Very good, but do not deny that pass by Jackson. What did he do? He saw his man going, and it's something we talk about a lot in all my dirty shorts. When we talk about passing, you pass to your opponent's back ear. They can't do nothing with that. Pass to the back ear. He did that. Guess what? Caleb Walker was able to make it pay on the opposite side of the pass. Well done.
Scott drives, rebound Coleman. Had a good look for a second right there. Didn't take it. Back to Coleman on the inside. Great defense right there, despite the mismatch.
I think he tried a little bit too much in Miami there. It looked like he was trying to dunk, but he was like 9 feet away from the basket unless he had Dr. Ock arms there from Spider-Man. I'm not sure what's going on with that shot.
Caleb Walker draws some contact right there, going to the line to try and tack on 2 more to his impressive scoring total in this game. Jeremiah Scott called for that foul. 29-25 with 2.5 left in this second quarter. Maestro, a lot of these guys have already chosen where they're going to be playing their SimWorld Prep careers next season. But which teams so far have impressed you the most on the recruiting trail?
Ooh, man, that is a loaded question, my brother. I like what Showtime is doing. They're building in something that they didn't really have. Okay, I shouldn't say they didn't have it. It wasn't as consistent as it could have been, and that is they're building in some long-range snipers there, being able to score the ball from the 3. I like what's going on with them. I like what I'm seeing with DMV, and I know I can already feel the heat on the back of my neck from the production truck because I say this a lot. I like what I'm seeing with DMV because I like the fact that it seems like they're trying to build a team a little bit more around positionless basketball, more wide open play. And then last but not least, and I'll just say this, the Philadelphia Elite, and everybody who's followed Maestro knows I've always called them my ill. I'm really interested to see what they're going to be able to pull off this season too.
And we're going to get a timeout on the floor here. 4-point lead for Team South, but on the top. And we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen.
Das hier ist mein Sektor. Das hier ist das wichtigste Gerät des Küstenwächters. Das Gerät und das Gerät. Überlebensradar.
Mayday, mayday. Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you... Over. We are sinking. We are sinking.
Hello? This is the German Coast Guard.
We are sinking. We're sinking.
What are you thinking about?
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. You see that glow-in-the-dark logo at midcourt. We have a great logo here. We have a great game here. And a lot of players have been impressing. None more than Shane Jackson, what he's done on the boards. And Caleb Walker as a shooter, as Terrell Coleman gets that mid-range jumper to go.
Shane Jackson's doing that dirty work. You know, when you're willing to get on the boards, that's something else along with defense that travels. If you're a player and you find yourself getting to a rut, look at what Shane Jackson is doing in this game. Not saying that he's in a rut, but what is he doing? Every time a ball goes to the rim, he's on his way there to meet the ball. Anytime something is going on with the ball, even away from the scoring side, he's willing to be there. And that tells you something about where he is. And that was a great shot by Jay Midoriya right there. From a great mid-range shot, he had the space, he took advantage of it, and showed great form and great energy as he leaned into his shot. Once he develops that a little bit more, he's going to be something else too to see, because that is part of the game that most SimWorld Prep teams can use, as a player with that sort of athleticism that has a great mid-range game, because it opens up the underneath the board as well as it opens up the long-distance shots too.
That's what I was talking to Kai Allen about when I got to interview him before the King of the Court showcase yesterday. He talked to me about wanting to be less one-dimensional. And I think that's a great goal for a lot of these SimWorld Prep players who are trying to make their presence felt on the inside. Right there, that's Tony Henderson. He's going to be playing for Dries Williams in Philadelphia Elite next season, and I can't think of a scarier duo. Match made in heaven right there.
Absolutely not. But look, let's don't sleep on that pass by Jeremiah Scott. What did he do? Took it off the dribble, kept his body in position. Unless you could read his mind, you did not know he was going to make that pass. And what did he do? He passed it to his player's front foot away from him in the middle of the body, gave his man the only chance to retrieve the ball. And then, of course, Tony Henderson made it play by slapping it down with some violence. So there you go. That's great play on both sides. That's the kind of passing that you want to see happen, especially at this level.
with a chance to extend this lead right here on the inside, and he gets that to go. Caleb Walker, or Emilio Torres, excuse me, with that bucket. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, time expiring, pull up three, doesn't get it. Offensive rebound though won't count. 35-31 lead for Team South at halftime. We're gonna have some second half action coming right up. But before that, we got a quick halftime report for you.
Never in one verse, and the sun been cursed, and the sun been kissed, and the sun been lit, and after it all goes down, you can say, bitch black took this shit, and I blaze with Rick, became iconic, but ironic, the irony of that is just it coming back like you owe me something, so give me that. Who's afraid of the big back flag? I know you studied that myth, heard that whispers, and to who it may concern, flow like holy water, fucking let it burn, brought the soul, get stuff, but I'm the reflux, more reluctant to re-up, and replacing that weak shit, so meet me, no Jesus, just black, my ghetto sacrifices for my people in a sequel, in a dream come true, in a dream come true, in a dream come true, in a dream come true.
Iconic, bionic, pneumonic, my sonic go boom. I move like Jews from the Islamic high power beats, knocking kinda like girls knockers that I like. Wait to see, cause I'm destined to be. Iconic, bionic, pneumonic, my sonic go boom. I move like Jews from the Islamic high power beats, knocking kinda like girls knockers that I like. Wait to see, cause I'm destined to be. What to do now? What to say now? What's it gonna be? How's it going down? When I come around, yo, what up, dude? People ain't the same as they used to. Flagged up, man, what is that? Check-ins, oh, you did that? They asked me where I've been at. Nowhere where they live at. Seems to me that you like the heart. Random thought, out the cart. Wind them up, get ready. Set, go, press the start. I played my part, made my mark. Swam with sharks and fishes. Yo, beef is malnutrition. I have no competition. Our lives are way too different. I come through in your kitchen. Your job don't come with pensions. I'm on the...
Welcome back, everybody. We're here for the second half of the AlienStar showcase, and we've really seen some alien-like athleticism, scoring, great prowess from all sorts of different players across the SimWorld Prep ranks this offseason. Who do you think's taken the biggest strides in their game, Maestro?
Well, I'll tell you something. You know, noticing what Caleb Walker is doing with his on-ball shot game right now, you can't help but to think, man, if he's doing that here, great move to the basket and great finish with balance, and even though you end up on the floor, make a snow angel, have some fun when you're down there. If he's doing that now in this particular situation, imagine once he gets into a system that's going to be able to build on that game and what he's going to be able to do. So that's got me excited already.
Understood, and the slam right there, showing off some athleticism.
Oh, he's so nice. He did it twice. That's 2 dunks in a row, baby. What is he doing? Going right to the rim, looking at floor in the space. I was looking at space on the floor. Sorry, you know, I get a little Lex Dixon right there, and he goes up, boom, 2 times. I love it. That shows you that he is aware of the space and able to do what he needs to do. And with his ups, you notice his elbow was almost at the rim both times. What does that tell you? He knew exactly what he was doing and chose balance to make it happen. And then he followed it up with a nice little downtown Julie Brown shot right there. Since we're in Miami, might as well get that shot out. You don't know who that is, do you? Do you, JK?
I'm not. I'm aging myself right now. Caleb Walker has been great from three-point land all game. Doesn't get that one to go. That's his second miss from deep on 5 attempts.
Just don't Google her. Just don't do it on a work computer. That's all I'm saying.
Maestro, you're really something, my man. Great pass, great lay right there. Love seeing good offense in the game of basketball, Maestro. Nothing more poetic than that.
A behind-the-back pass in the middle of the paint makes a coach get agita like nobody's business. But then when that dunk happens, all of a sudden your stomach feel like you just ate a nice big old coconut cake with some ice cream.
Right there, Caleb Walker on the feed to Kadarius Momofoku. We are getting some hops right here.
You know, we're seeing these young men learning how to play with each other right now, and what does that tell you? That tells you if they're able to do that here, right? If they're able to develop that sort of interpersonal relationship in the game right here and be this consistent, great shot, by the way. What happens when they get into a system? It gives me as a scout, it gives me as a coach the opportunity to say, okay, if they can do that with such limited time in the showcase, if I have them for so many hours a week in a practice and we start working on our base principles, man, there is nothing we can't do.
And Pharrell Coleman right there, showing off the handles. Kind of looks a bit like Nikola Jokic, but can he play like him?
Well, let's just say, I almost said something really ugly right there. You know what? Let's just say that I just hope he... you're going to make me say something bad, JK. Take the ball back from me. I'm going to... I can't control myself.
Inside, Hart gets the to swirl on the rim and go in. 43-39, lead for Team Southeast. And that's a timeout for Team South. 4-point lead for Team Southeast. Coach Wood and Coach Simpson want to talk things over with their guys. But while we have you, join as a player, coach, fan, media member, and more. Discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. The only place where you can see the game and be the game.
That's right, baby. Look, if you want to drive the truck, help with the equipment, if you want to do camera work, if you want to do like burning couches, fun stuff, regular stuff. And if you want to be a coach, listen, we got a signing bonus, 5,000 EM bonus for any new coaches. So get those apps in. Don't be waiting. Don't get it done. Come on now.
Something interesting about being a coach in SimWorld Prep, a lot of people can't handle it. Can you?
There you go. That's how you say it. And listen, if you know somebody who you think would be a good coach, get that referral in, man. You get $2,000 in EM. 2 smackies in EMs. You know what I'm saying? You know what you can do with 2 smackies?
That's strip club money right there.
Please. Magic City, baby. I'm not talking to nobody right now.
Shout out Rick Blaze. I know that's what he does with his EM bonuses. So. Hey, you're not the only one who can crack the viewers up, Maestro.
You know what I'm saying?
A lob to absolutely nobody right there. Was he looking for Casper the Friendly Ghost on that lob?
Well, you know what? If you make a phone call, somebody's going to hear a ring. Don't mean they're going to pick up. That's all I'm going to say. At least that's what I was told in prison. But
I learned that lesson very valuably in high school as we got that triple from Jay Midoriya. 7-point lead now for Team Southeast.
I like the form of his shot. I think he's making a conscious effort to keep his knees in each shot. You know, usually cats with that kind of height kind of get lazy with the jumpers, and he's not, which is really good. That means what? That means he's aware of his physical form and he's being athletic throughout the play. And you know, sometimes it's kind of hard to explain what that means at this level. The fact that he's getting it naturally is a great thing.
Shot clock expiring right there. Draws the screen from Henderson. Doesn't matter. He takes it himself and gets it. Beautiful pick and roll prowess right there from KJ Hills. We're seeing what he can do with the ball in his hands, in the paint. Been one of the most impressive players on the floor tonight.
Absolutely. His first
one in the afternoon.
His first step in traffic, outside of traffic, it's just been amazing. Violent.
Jackson gets that steal, but gets rejected. Henderson's there for the board. Goes right back to Jackson. Jackson up on the third attempt and finally gets it.
There you go. If at first you don't succeed, if at second you don't succeed, if at third you don't succeed, you guys get the point.
The third time's the charm for Shane Jackson right there. And drawing the foul right there is Jay Midoriya on Terrell Coleman. We got 2:32 left in this third quarter. We've had a great one on our hands all afternoon, but I want to revisit a prior conversation Maestro and I had. We were talking about some of the best recruiting classes. Can't look any further than the Bay Area Breakers. Jay Midoriya is at the line right now. They brought in Trey Bird from the transfer portal. Coach Dre Pope is one of the best recruiters and developmental coaches in all of SimWorld Prep. So I understand why guys would want to go play for him.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, that is true. It's so fun. It's like, okay, Coach Pope is kind of one of those weird kind of vortexes. We all know he's good. We all expect him to be good. So when he does something good, it's like, yeah, that's him. We don't realize it's hard to maintain that, right? It doesn't just happen because you roll out of bed today. He's always working. He's always doing his thing. And that has to get recognized.
Coach Pope's always got something to say. A very good friend of us media members. Out of bounds right there. That's Jay Midoriya going right back to the south with a chance to cut into this deficit a bit.
Now, just a little, just a little mental fart right there. What happens is he already knew that he was going to take it to the rim. He just forgot where he was on the floor. He started his double shift move that he does. He does his crossover bounce move, and he did it too close to the line. Don't worry, he's gonna watch the swim. He's gonna see where he did that, and he's gonna realize, hey, I shouldn't have my mind made up already what I was gonna do. See that move right there? I'm gonna have to be just more aware of where I'm on the floor.
Midoriya finds him in the corner, gets the screen from Henderson on the inside Hills, and gets it. Another foul on Coleman. That's his third.
First step, murdering. KJ Hills.
Chance attack on 3 for KJ Hills. SimWorld Prep coaches are watching right now, and I'm sure they are salivating right now.
And I'm just gonna step and throw this out there because I love flipping my offense upside down. That athleticism, that first step. Can you imagine a cat like that bringing the ball up the floor, starting the offense while becoming a player inside the offense? Man, it's like you have all the chips at the table.
Absolutely, very well said. I love me some poker. We are in Miami right now, so maybe we'll hit up the casinos later. But I can't be saying that on the air. So.
Yeah, poker, I don't even know it. I'm sorry, Big Blaze, that was for you. Don't even ask. Just keep going. Keep going.
Don't try the things you hear us say at home, ladies and gentlemen.
The views of this broadcast, not necessarily those by SimWorld purposes.
We are not liable for the things you try because of JK and Maestro. Inside, Xavier Hart gets rejected. Terrell Coleman showing off his rim protecting prowess right there. Do not go up in his paint.
Shaky, shaky, jiggly, jiggly. What did he do? He didn't try to follow. He went to the spot. When somebody starts driving, I'm going to give you a hint, toward the rim, that's where they're going to go. What did he do? He cut the free throw lanes in half and went right to the spot where he could meet the shot, and that's why he was able to successfully block that.
Get that weak stuff out of there.
Exactly.
Offensive rebound. Bad stretch right there. There was 3 South defenders right there, but the Southeast still got that board.
Shane Jackson saying, I can shoot and I can dunk.
Jay Midoriya has a bit of a Darius Garland haircut. And gets that jumper to go, like Darius Garland would. SimWorld Prep legend in his own right.
Who doesn't? What do you think is under the pro tat? That's all I'm gonna say.
It's okay, Jay. We like the luscious locks. Hills back with the ball. What will he do this time? Gets another foul. Draws another foul. This time on Momokoku.
IQ. I'm just going to say what it looked like. I'm going to be curious to know this on the other side. It looked like he was going for the contact. Like he knew he was going to get the foul. The shot was secondary because of how far out he was. He figured instead of making a bad move with the ball, make sure I get the contact in the act of shooting. If he did that on purpose, man, he just gained 17 IQ points from me on that because that was really smart.
Damn, you have that many IQ points to give, Maestro?
Bruh, I got a whole truck full of ones that I may or may not have borrowed from a school that may or may not still be open. I'm just all I'm gonna say. That's all the paperwork allows me to talk about right now.
Here do not condone theft in our SimWorld Prep broadcast.
Absolutely not. Tactical acquisition of resources.
The only theft we condone is the theft of the basketball.
There you go.
We've seen a lot of today.
Oh, absolutely, because defense travels. Great pass. Just a little too far ahead, but that was a great pass by Kadarius into Shane.
Jeremiah Scott had a great first quarter, finds Midoriya, and the buzzer beater. 0.3 seconds left, Southeast with a 13-point lead. And that is the end of the third quarter. If you want to stay tuned for our satisfying conclusion to the AlienStar Showcase, fourth quarter will be coming right up.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Get your popcorn ready, everybody, because we are here for the fourth quarter, the conclusion of this AlienStar Showcase. First ever. Will we see more in the future? Who knows? 11-point lead for Team Southeast. And that is on the heels of a 23-point performance from KJ Hills. Kid's been absolutely dazzling today.
Yes, he has. Inside and outside and mid-range game. He's showing that he can definitely put the bucket in the basket or the biscuit, whatever. He's putting it in there, and he's doing it from everywhere. Ooh, great defensive play there and great follow-up. Terrell Coleman with the great block, but what happened? Xavier Hart stayed right with it, put the ball right back up in. That's what you want to see. Don't give up on it just because something goes wrong the first time. Doesn't mean it's going to go wrong the ninth time.
Caleb Walker finds Jackson. Not a great performance from Team South today.
What hands there by Xavier Hart. Just basically just committed thievery. Took that away.
Hills trying to go up for trying to get up to 25 points on the afternoon. Misses both. Gets the offensive rebound though.
Only he did wrong there was he rushed. He didn't have to rush. He had more time than he thought he did. He needs to trust that athleticism.
Walker with that beautiful hop step. Been the best player on the floor today for Team South. Southeast calls the timeout here with 6:38 to play in the fourth quarter with an 11-point deficit. Maestro, I gotta ask you, man.
Yes, sir.
We're in the midst of SWFL preseason action. We're in the midst of SimWorld U action right around the corner. What SimWorld Hoops sport are you most excited for over the coming weeks and coming months?
Oh, dude. Okay, so I am really excited about the SimWorld U season just because I can't wait to see the expanded games in the thousands. I mean, our production crew is going to be all over the place with this. And just doing what they've been, I know they've been working that for a while. We've heard that from our leadership in corporate. We've learned that from our leadership in all, in all our field assignments and stuff like that. So just watching that come together, I'm just really excited about that. And oh, by the way, SWFL, come on, that's always going to reign supreme in terms of media rankings and stuff like that, because people are just going to do that. But I tell you something right now, with what's happening with the leveling of the playing field across the U world, oh man, that's going to be nice.
That's a triple right there. Again, it doesn't connect. Midoriya with the rebound. Inside to Tony Henderson. Tried to get a little bit of fillet on that one, but can't find the bottom of the net. Shane Jackson has been really impressive today, but gets rejected right there, so
don't
appreciate
bring
the
no gin to
announcement,
no juice party.
I think you should absolutely bring gin to a juice party.
Yeah, you're right. You should, and I'm going to get that right. I thought it was too early to say it, but I had to say it that time.
Great slash right there from Xavier Hart. Going to the line. Foul called on Jackson. Coach Wood does not look happy with that call.
Not at all. Not at all. And I wonder, what did he see? Coaches normally don't get upset over physical errors, but mental errors will make them want to go and just take a chair and put it through, like, the handicap stall. It's just, when you see that, and it's so obvious, especially for something that he might have brought up and said, listen, when you see this, know that this is going to happen, and he said it a couple of times and it still goes wrong. That's when you kind of see that, underarm swell.
61-49 lead for Team Southeast right here. 5:43 left in this game, and I don't want to hear your SWFL disrespect. I think it's going to be a very action-packed season.
Brother, I'm a Jets fan. You don't even come in here with that. I've been disrespected my whole life as a fan.
As long as Breece Hall goes for 2K, I'll be happy with the Jets.
Who's gonna give him the ball?
Beat him. I think he's the best running back in football, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation.
Yeah, but who's gonna give him the ball? That's all I'm gonna say.
A 40-year-old quarterback who loves ayahuasca coming off a torn Achilles.
Last year he lasted 71 seconds. This year's gonna last 42 seconds. I'm sorry.
Just like me, for real.
Go Jets.
South calls timeout. 13-point deficit for Team South. Bit of a tough go of it, but Caleb Walker and Shane Jackson and even Terrell Coleman have really shown flashes of their capabilities in this game. But I'm a little bit surprised at how quiet Emilio Torres has been.
Me too. Like I say, once again, he was somebody, as I said earlier, back in, play the tape. I actually was looking forward to see what he was going to be able to bring to the table with this sort of wide open format, only 5, always on the floor, getting those minutes. He was something I was really excited about seeing. I don't know if it's just because it's just so, the caps are so different. Maybe the system is so different. He's not able to settle. I definitely don't know how to speak to that. I don't know what's in the young man's head. But hopefully this was a good learning experience to see what it's like to step up on this stage more fully. And then in future showcases, he might get a chance to settle down a little bit more.
Caleb Walker hit a long 2 before that. Torres is a great player. I just think that there's certain players that will shine in these showcases and others that won't. And unfortunately, he was dealt a bad hand.
Yeah, in this case, and okay, so now here's the coach Maestro talking a little bit. I've noticed him on nearly every play. He finds his spot generally around the 7 or 8 o'clock ram of the floor. And he kind of stands there like he's waiting to get the ball passed to him. Player like him should be cutting and slashing through nearly every play, whether he's getting the ball or not, just to get that activity going. Again, coaches and scouts will look more at your off-ball movement than they look at your on-ball movement. So I think once he develops that ability to be able to work off ball, even though he might be used to handling the ball the whole time, he might be used to being the facilitator, he might be used to being the one. In this particular case, with this much talent, everybody can handle the ball. Everybody can facilitate. So what you have to do, you have to make yourself available. And sometimes the best ability is availability. And how do you make that stuff happen? You move to a spot of the floor where there's no traffic.
4:55 to play in this fourth quarter. AJ Hill's back with the ball. Been incredible today. Hill's pull-up jumper. Offensive rebound. Henderson there to clean it up. For a team that's looking to replace Jermaine Owens, I think they're in a great spot, Philadelphia Elite.
Great. Tony did a great job of taking advantage of the space there. Nobody was blocking him out. Take advantage of that mental error this late in the game. What you do, make them pay for it.
Maestro, I want to hear your thoughts, and it's a shame Rick isn't here. I would love to hear his thoughts on all the recruits that are leaving the state of Texas. I've been watching his Rick's Blazing Takes, but Emilio Torres, Terrell Coleman, Shane Jackson, all not playing their SimWorld Prep basketball in the state of Texas as some of the best recruits in the state.
You know what? I can't disagree with that, wanting to question that, but I'm going to actually answer your question with a question. What is it about Texas ball that should have held them there? And I'm saying that with a purpose. Look at what's happening across the country right now, how the players are gravitating toward these. I'm not going to say super teams. That's not what I mean to say in prep, but I think you know where I'm going with this. If you're looking at the movement across the country, right, and I get a chance to go work with a coach that I know is moving somebody into SimWorld U, moving somebody into some other spot, and I can do that while getting another piece of the country as opposed to just being in my home state in Texas, why not? We know last season a lot of players went back to Texas and they did not have the seasons we thought they were going to have. So again, I can understand Texas not wanting to lose those recruits, but what are you doing to hold them there?
I think that Almighty Soul's a different situation, though, because he's been very vocal about having frustrations with H-Town. We saw him be rumored to sit out of the Kaiju Blood Battle yesterday. It's been a bit of a saga. They fired Coach Woods. Where do you go from here if you're the H-Town Hoopers?
You need stability. You need stability. You need, and I really do not like using the word need, but in this particular case, you need to show that the house is in order, that the next storm that comes through is not going to blow your roof off, and that's too soon for me because that's what I'm dealing with at home right now. But the idea here is, if I'm a kid looking to go someplace where I know that I can have the opportunity to develop, but I don't know who's my coach is going to be after the second game of the season, or the third game of the season, or the fourth game of the season, or the season in general, I'm kind of feeling a little itchy and scratchy about that, man. I'm about to get some ointment on that because I don't want to be in an unstable situation because who's going to come in might not see me in the way that I need to develop and might try to move me in another direction. And I can see how a young athlete can say, man, I don't know if I want to be a part of that noise. So it always starts with the foundation, right? The organization, the team, the leadership. No matter how you couch it, if it's not stable, it's not going to be interesting.
68-58 lead for Team Southeast with 2:43 to go here. But we know SimWorld Prep Newcomer of the Year is a very coveted award. How many players on the floor tonight do you think are capable of receiving such honors?
Newcomer of the Year. Well, I kind of shot my shot earlier, and I'm getting shown that Maestro has no idea what he's talking about. So if I were to call out tonight, I really like of course, I love what we're seeing with KJ Hills. I love what we're seeing with Caleb Walker. Let's talk about him being able to score the ball, which is able to score the ball. Great shooter, and by the way, that's welcome anywhere, FYI. And you know, Xavier Hart is kind of proving to you the fact that he can be that next gen player in order on both sides of the floor and in the transition game as well. I think we have at least 3 solid candidates for consideration. How about that? JK?
I think that's well said. I think there's potentially so many across SimWorld Prep as a whole. So on the fact that there's a few on this floor today is a big testament to the talent level we're seeing in this AlienStar showcase. Snatched out of the air by Terrell Coleman.
Get that chicken wing out of
Terrell
the
Coleman is a man amongst boys on the boards.
That is straight volleyball jump, straight up the silo, put his arm up, was right there with the ball. Whether he snatched it or not was just a bonus, but that's how you disrupt it, especially when the floor is as impacted as it was. There was no space, there was no movement, nothing good was going to come out of it for the offense that I could see anyway. And what did Terrell Coleman do? Terrell Coleman made them pay.
Emilio Torres and the slam, taking it himself down the floor.
There he is.
Good stuff, Emilio. Take that athleticism showtime, my man.
Telling you, say Maestro, shut up.
KJ Hill's that bucket right there. 25 points for KJ Hill.
Emilio Torres is so fast.
Emilio Torres, another one right there. That's 4 straight points for the guy. Was quiet early, but heating up a lot at the end of this game. Heating up in great fashion to keep them in this game. And we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
I've invited Pedro over.
Pedro, my man!
We need to talk about something.
Great. Let's talk. What's new, Pedro?
Look, Tim, for the past 12 years, Pedro and I have been having an affair.
What? I did not see that coming. At all. Pedro Jr., go to your room. Don't make that face. And take that ridiculous shirt off. Daddy loves you. Sorry, what were you talking about?
Welcome back, everybody. If we had to award a player of the game, Maestro, who are you thinking?
Okay, so I'm gonna say KJ Hills on one side, and if I gotta go on the other side, we gotta talk about Caleb Walker and the fact that his scoring game has just showed up what was going on tonight. So those are my votes.
Jay Midori, a beautiful move right there. Another timeout for Team South. 10-point deficit with 50 seconds to play. Will they be able to come back?
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance. Not a great one, but a chance. Since we're in yacht country right now, Maestro, how are you liking what the yacht club's done this offseason in the wake of losing Josiah Cook?
You know, the one thing that I really loved about the Yacht Club's game from the last 2 seasons, I'm just going to be selfish about this, is their ability to play an aggressive transition game, both offensively and defensively. And I believe with their athleticism, if they can maintain that type of play, I think they're going to be fine and give their players an opportunity to develop a little bit more. So, but I haven't seen enough yet, at least individually. So this is a case where like the individual pieces of the pie might not make up the whole pizza or the sandwich. So I need to see what's going on after it gets together. So, I think if they hold on to that principle, aggressive play in transition, I think they're going to be fine.
50 seconds to play here. 50 and change, actually. But we've had a great game all afternoon. I think all 10 players on the floor have shown glimpses of some sort of potential, Maestro.
Yes, and oh, by the way, speaking of our dude, I call him my dude, Emilio. What has happened in the last few minutes? He's moving without the ball. He's getting to the open spot. He's slashing to the basket. All those things. He must have heard me when I was talking about it over here. Now that he's moving, what's happening? He's available and he's making in his way, made a little difference late. Oh my goodness gracious!
And he looks more comfortable.
Yes.
A lot more comfortable.
Yes.
Game's about to be over, but.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Gets rejected right there. Tony Henderson made Emilio Torres look small with that one.
Yes, he did. Don't you bring no pencils to the World Wide Web. Boy, I tell you. Don't do it.
I'm going to pretend I don't have a broadcast partner.
Don't press in.
Nice shot right there. Shane Jackson, long two. Feels like it's too little too late for the South to come back. The Southeast will prevail in the first ever AlienStar showcase here from the Palm Center in Miami, Florida. We have a great view of the city, some yacht country, some drinks, some nice food. Maestro, what's your favorite part about this city?
Something we can't say on air. I love the malls.
Great answer. And we're reached the conclusion of this game. Incredible long two buzzer beater right there from Emilio Torres. And that's a 78-70 victory for Team Southeast in the first ever AlienStar Showcase. I'm JK with Maestro. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon.
Do it again.
This has been a presentation